Welcome to WrestleStop Episode 0. We are your hosts, Jeff and Joe, and we're here to discuss SummerSlam and make our predictions. Alrighty, well, as a reminder, this is our first episode, so please forgive any technical errors as we work our way through our programming and all that. But Joe is going to introduce each of the matches and kind of give us a brief recap on the events leading up, and then we're going to give our predictions.
Hello, I'm Joe. So what we got here, these aren't going to be in any particular order or anything like that. I just have them kind of written down right here. I have what WWE has released for Saturday and Sunday matches. As far as what order they go in, I don't know. We're going to list them in the order we think that they may go in. Pretty much with the championship matches last. Although they do have a habit of doing a championship match first to kind of get the crowd hot, but we're not really going to do that. We're just going to go in regular order and then championship order. That's what we're going to do. So first match we have up. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Ready. All right. First match we have up is Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross. The stipulation here, from what I understand, is if Karrion Kross wins, then Sami Zayn has to announce that Karrion Kross was right. But if Sami Zayn wins, Karrion Kross has to announce that he was wrong. I guess that's the stipulation that we have. Does that sound right to you?
Yeah, that sounds right.
I don't know. I've never heard of a stipulation like that.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Yeah, what does it mean, and what are the consequences of that? I have no idea, but we're going to see. So I guess the storyline here is Karrion Kross has been trying for a long time to prove that Sami Zayn's a bad guy, that he has a dark side. Sami Zayn thinks he's the ultimate good guy, the ultimate babyface. WWE has presented him as
he's the ultimate underdog.
Yeah, underdog. Okay, exactly. Thank you. Has presented him as an underdog. He comes up in these big matches, and he's either very, very close to winning, or even sometimes he does win. My prediction for this match, though, is that he doesn't win. Karrion Kross right now should be, maybe this is biased, I don't know, but should be in at least one of the title scenes. I think he's wasting his time right now with this stuff with Sami Zayn. No one cares about Sami Zayn, in my opinion. The crowd, they cheer him when he comes out because he's that babyface underdog guy, like you were saying, but no one really cares about Sami Zayn. My prediction is Karrion Kross wins by decimation. I think he just absolutely destroys him. They've done him way wrong for way too long. He's one of their top merchandise sellers. Kross should destroy him, build up Kross, and then I would love to see Karrion Kross go into a program with AJ Styles or Dom, whoever wins that match, which we'll talk about, or even LA Knight, who surprisingly is off this card unless they do something on Saturday or on Friday. But my prediction, Karrion Kross by pinfall and just absolutely crushes him.
I think it's going to be a back and forth match. I think it's going to appear that Sami Zayn is going to win, but I think in the long run, Karrion Kross is going to win. And during his admittal that Karrion Kross is right, Sami is going to snap, take that lead pipe, and absolutely destroy Karrion Kross. But yeah, I think Karrion Kross is going to win, but he's going to win the match, and in the long run, we'll be correct because Sami is going to snap and become the heel that Karrion Kross thinks he is by destroying Karrion Kross.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
So, and I think Joe's going to go over. We're going to next do some of our social media. The rest of our team, some of their predictions.
So we have a couple, basically our girlfriends and his wife, my girlfriend, his wife, that do our social media stuff, TikTok, Twitter, which we'll link all that in the description below. I shouldn't be slamming this table. So Brooke, my girlfriend, has predicted Karrion Kross as well. She didn't really give a cool what's going to happen for any of these, but she did predict some winners, and she's also predicting Cross. Maybe she's biased because she knows I'm a Cross fan, but who knows? What do you got?
My wife Holly, she's running our X account right now. She's predicted Sami Zayn to win, and my kids are super excited about this right now. So my daughter Pandufus has predicted Sami Zayn. One of my boys, Leo Wub, has predicted Sami Zayn, and my other boy Octo Wub has also predicted Sami Zayn.
Pandufus.
Pandufus.
And I should have mentioned Brooke runs our TikTok account. No, I didn't mention that. All right, next up we have, we'll do this one. Randy Orton and Jelly Roll versus Drew McIntyre, maybe, and Logan Paul. The storyline here, or maybe you can help me out. I really don't know the storyline other than, it seems like the storyline is mostly between Logan Paul and Jelly Roll, rather than Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre. Obviously, they just threw those in there to cover up for Jelly Roll, the fact that he can or can't wrestle.
Yeah.
Although I do hear that he's been going to their performance center and training and stuff, so good on him for that, taking it seriously. But my prediction here, I'm going to go with Randy Orton and Jelly Roll. I love Drew McIntyre. Again, he's another guy kind of like Karrion Kross. He's a big-time guy, but they keep screwing him over for some reason. They keep making him lose. I don't really know why for that. But I'm going to go with Randy Orton and Jelly Roll. The rumor of Drew McIntyre not being able to make it and The Miz taking his place makes me think that Jelly Roll is going to pin The Miz, or I can see him pinning Logan, I guess. But I do expect Jelly Roll to pin one of the two. They're not going to pin Drew McIntyre. That's not going to happen. Jelly Roll's not pinning Drew McIntyre. Not doing it.
My initial thoughts was along the same lines as yours, and then when I was thinking about it earlier today, I can see them. My prediction is that Logan Paul is going to win by pinning Randy Orton to build into some sort of a rivalry between the two of them. You know, Randy Orton was the legend killer, and now Logan Paul is trying to build himself up as the next legend killer, and what better legend for him to kill than Randy Orton? So I can see something, whether it's Jelly Roll not being able to wrestle and gets taken out of the match, and Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre and or The Miz, whoever's wrestling, just absolutely takes out Randy Orton, and then Logan Paul goes in for the pin.
That's solid too. You're pretty good.
I'm trying to.
You're pretty good at this.
Trying to think around the corners.
All right, so just to be clear, for the standings, which by the way we will have standings, which will be here somewhere. You're picking Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre.
Yes.
Okay. And I'm picking Randy Orton and Jelly Roll.
Yeah.
I'm staying with my pick. I'm not changing it. Brooke picked also Orton and Jelly Roll. Just kind of following along with my lead. She didn't see our picks, and we didn't share our picks with each other. We made these picks on our own. But Brooke did pick Randy Orton and Jelly Roll.
Yeah. I made my picks separate. I asked my wife and kids what their picks were, and then I told them if they wanted to see my picks, they had to watch the video, and told them they need to like and subscribe. You guys all should also like and subscribe to see more.
And hit the bell.
Ding. But yeah, my wife Holly picked Randy Orton and Jelly Roll. Pandufus picked Randy Orton and Jelly Roll. Leo Wub picked Randy Orton and Jelly Roll. And Octo Wub picked Randy Orton and Jelly Roll.
Clean sweep, except for you.
Everybody but me. Got to be on the outside looking in.
So you're wrong, just so you know. All right, next up, we have Roman Reigns and Jey Uso versus the Bronze. Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. And as Brooke pointed out, it'd be fantastic if Braun Strowman showed up for this match. I don't think that's going to happen, but that would be pretty cool. But anyway, so we have Jey Uso, Reigns against Breaker and Reed. I am picking the Bronze, the shoe-stealing Bronze. I definitely think there's going to be some type of outside interference. I just don't see how Reigns or Jey Uso are going to get pinned in any way like that. I also don't see either Braun taking a pin because they're being pushed so hard right now with Seth Rollins and all that. So I do think, not pinned clean, I should say. They're not going to be pinned cleanly. I do think either Jey Uso or Roman Reigns will be pinned by My guess would be Reigns being pinned by Breaker, because I know that's a storyline that they're trying to set up. But I do think there'll be some type of outside interference to get to that point. Yeah, so I'm picking the Bronze.
Yeah, I was also going back and forth on this one. I see what you're saying, but I actually see Roman Reigns pinning Bronson Reed. I don't see Brian Breaker getting pinned, not with the push they're giving him right now, but I can see Roman getting his shoes back by pinning Bronson Reed.
He's got to get his shoes back. We got to talk about that too.
But I do see some sort of outside interference. I think at the end of the match, I think this group needs another team member, especially with Seth Rollins being out potentially long term if this injury is real. Either way, I think a 4-person faction is better than a 3-person faction. I've been hoping for a 4th member since they started. And before he let go, I was actually also pushing for Braun Strowman to join the group.
Braun
3 Brauns and Seth Rollins. I thought that'd be hilarious to put all the Brauns together. So yeah, I'm gonna predict some sort of. I'm gonna predict Roman Reigns to pin Bronson Reed, and then there to be some sort of post-match interference or beatdown of Roman and Jay by Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, and then the mysterious new member. That's my prediction.
Solid. I like it. Brooke also predicted. Well, she actually went against the grain. She chose Reigns and Uso, but she doesn't know anything. She doesn't know what she's talking about.
Alrighty.
Hopefully, she doesn't watch this.
And then Holly also picked Roman and Jay. Pandoofus picked Roman and Jay. Leo Wubb picked Roman and Jay. And Octowub picked Roman and Jay. So again, my whole family picked the opposite of what I picked.
Well, I picked the same as you, though. You picked the Brothers,
right? No, you're right. I did. My whole family picked the same. Joe went the opposite. Joe's the outsider.
Yeah, I'm the outsider on this one. I'm the right one.
Yeah.
I'm the one who's correct. Next up, we'll just get this one out of the way. We have the champion, Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill. It's the WWE Women's Championship match. My prediction, all I can really say is, God, I hope it's not Jade Cargill. I'm going to go with Stratton in a ridiculously botch-filled match. This is going to be the sloppiest match probably in the last 6 months.
I think more sloppy than Jelly Roll?
Yeah, I think Jelly Roll is probably going to be better than this match. Jade Cargill needs more time, in my opinion. She obviously has the look. She has all that going for her, but she's a mess in the ring. Maybe, I don't know. That's my opinion. You can give yours and whatever you think. But I'm going to go with Stratton. I think Stratton's going to win. I think if we had to do, let's see, high-low 6 botched moves.
I would take the over on that. Jade Cargill, she looks great. She's a physical specimen. She can't wrestle. She can't fake wrestle. She can't real wrestle. She doesn't look good. She looks stiff. All her moves are choreographed, and she's about a half second late on the choreography. So yeah, Tiffy's gonna win this. It's Tiffy time. So yeah, Tiffy over Jade.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's who I picked. If I didn't mention that, that's also who Brooke happened to pick as well. She picked Tiffany Stratton, and she doesn't even know who Jade Cargill is, so that's fine.
Yeah, Holly also went with Tiffany Stratton. She says it's Tiffy time. Pandoofus went in Tiffy time. Leo Wubb went with Tiffy time, and Octowub went with Jade Cargill. He's a fan.
Okay.
He is the youngest of the group, too.
Okay, so. That's why. Yeah, he doesn't understand. All right, so next up we have champion Judgment Day, Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez versus Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, who should be in the wide 6, in my opinion, but what do I know? For the Women's Tag Team Championships, I'm going to go with Bliss and Flair. I do think Dom is probably going to interfere because that's what he does. I also think Liv Morgan is going to return. She's going to think that Dom is maybe getting a little too close to Roxanne Perez. Kind of this almost the identical storyline when it went from Rhea Ripley and Dom to Liv and Dom. I see that happening again, but this time with Roxanne Perez. Something will happen in there. There'll be some type of distraction, and then you're going to get one of them shitty, cheap roll-up wins that you see every day on Monday Night Raw. Well, every Monday on Monday Night Raw, those awful roll-up wins that I can't stand. I think that's how we're going to go with that. But I think, I don't know. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm picking Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. That's what I'm doing.
So yeah, again, another one I went back and forth on. I definitely think there's going to be some interference, but I am picking the Judgment Day over Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. I think Liv Morgan is going to return. She's going to get involved in this match, but I can see her coming down, getting involved, arguing with Raquel, not Raquel. What's the other?
Roxanne
Perez. We're starting to argue with Roxanne Perez and Alexa Bliss getting involved. I see, and then. Liv hitting Alexa Bliss and then leading to some sort of a cheap roll-up that you mentioned. And that's starting off some sort of, not only an internal fight within the Judgment Day, they've been building that for a while, but then some sort of a build-up between Alexa Bliss and Liv Morgan as well. But I do have the Judgment Day keeping the titles.
Yeah, I do like that Alexa Bliss versus Liv Morgan build-up thing. Yeah, that's a good... I agree with that. Good job.
Yeah, thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right, so the only thing left for...
we gotta get Brooks.
Oh, yeah. Well, whoops. Brooke went, and she also... she went against the grain again and chose the Judgment Day. But I think, again, that might be because she doesn't know who Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair are.
Yeah.
Diaper-wearing Charlotte Flair. Okay.
So Holly's going with the Judgment Day. And she's predicting some sort of a Janet Jackson type wardrobe malfunction for Charlotte Flair because her pants always look like they're going to fall off because they're a couple sizes too big. Pandoofus is rooting for the best friends with a Liv Morgan return as well.
Is that their name?
Well, they've kind of been building. Friends? They've been building each other. We're not friends. We are friends. So we jokingly refer to them as the best friends. Right. It's kind of a joking name.
All right. I thought that's what they went with.
No. Leo Wubb is also predicting the best friends, and Octa Wubb is with me predicting the Judgment Day.
Okay. That only leaves one match for Saturday night. And that is Gunther versus CM Punk. Now, CM Punk won King of the Ring.
Yes.
To get this match. For the World Heavy... As I wrote World, but World Heavyweight Championship. So this one's a little harder to predict, I guess. This is probably the hardest one for me to predict for the night. Gunther, I think, is amazing. He's probably, in my opinion, the best heel in WWE right now.
Right now,
just because he's slimy, he's whatever, right? But I am going to pick CM Punk to win this match, and you know where this is going because we briefly did talk about this part a little bit beforehand. I do see CM Punk winning, and I know everybody on the internet has talked about it. But I also see Seth Rollins cashing in his Money in the Bank briefcase in this match. My reasons for that, unless I'm wrong, correct me if I'm wrong. Has there been any talk about how Seth Rollins is doing, his recovery? Or anything like that on SmackDown or Raw?
Not that I've noticed. And when you mentioned this yesterday, I brought it up that, I think there's a reason that Paul Heyman, Bronson Reed, and Brian Breaker continue to bring the Money in the Bank briefcase down to the ring, trying to keep it fresh in everybody's minds, possibly hinting at a comeback sooner than later.
Yeah. So yeah, I think Seth Rollins is probably... I do believe he got hurt against LA Knight. I do think that was probably a legitimate injury. But because nothing has been said about any kind of surgery or his recovery time or anything like that, and the fact that you just said they keep showing the briefcase nonstop on television, I do think that Rollins is going to cash in on CM Punk. If I remember right, every match that Rollins and CM Punk have had so far, CM Punk has won all those matches. I don't think since they've been back, since CM Punk came back. I don't think Rollins has won any of those matches.
Other than the main event of WrestleMania.
Did he?
Didn't he win versus CM Punk and Roman Reigns? That's when.
Oh, I don't
him
count
and
that.
Terry-
I mean one-on-one. I mean one-on-one.
He won the biggest match.
Yeah, he did win at WrestleMania, but I mean one-on-one, where it's just Rollins and CM Punk. I feel like it's time for them to put Rollins over on CM Punk, and this is the biggest way to screw him. Now, unfortunately, that's going to lead to another CM Punk Seth Rollins thing, which I'm kind of done with. I really don't want to watch that again, but I feel like that's where they're going. So my prediction here is going to be CM Punk beats Gunther, but then gets cashed in by Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins might not be 100% healthy, and he could still cash in and win. And that could be the storyline going forward, that CM Punk wants his revenge, but Seth Rollins isn't medically cleared, similar to what's going on with AJ Styles and Dom, or they do it slightly different. But that could be a way to build tension in that match. I do have Gunther winning this match. I went back and forth again on this one as well. Gunther is my favorite heel right now. Dom is a close second, and I'm hoping they push him up to be to Gunther level heel in the near future.
I think Dom's going to become a face.
Yeah, possibly.
I see that happen.
I think he's a great
crowd.
heel.
We were at Raw in Detroit the other day, and I feel like Dom, the crowd's starting to turn for Dom. That's what I heard.
Yeah, the crowd is turning, but I think he makes a great heel. I would like to see him win Money in the Bank next year and ride that over. I think he would be great with the briefcase. But right now, Gunther is the number one heel. I think he's lost a little bit since he lost Imperium. So I'm hoping I want to see him win, and I would love to see help, whether it's from Ludwig Kaiser coming back, or I would love to see the return of Imperium. But go ahead.
But how would that work? Because Ludwig Kaiser has a new job.
No, he doesn't.
I heard he is wrestling as a different character
he's
now.
still Ludwig Kaiser. I've seen him in the background of some other video clips.
The other guy, Da Vinci's
gone.
Yeah, he got fired after they repackaged him and he got pinned in like 10 seconds.
10 seconds. That was the funniest thing I've seen in a long time. But no, I
don't know if they
it
rebuild Imperium, but I don't know. Maybe they could do Ilya Dragunov, maybe?
Ilya Dragunov coming back. Ludwig Kaiser, maybe Rusev.
Unless Ludwig Kaiser wants to do dual roles, I guess.
But no, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm predicting Gunther to beat CM Punk, and hopefully the return of Imperium.
All right. Yeah, I liked Imperium. I thought Imperium was cool. Gunther, I do agree, was better with that faction behind him, but I don't know.
And then Brooks picks.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
Okay.
Calm down. Jeez. Brooke is a huge CM Punk fan, so you can guess who she picked. She did pick CM Punk to win with no issues. She just picked CM Punk to go out there and just squash Gunther. Yeah.
Holly also picks Gunther to win. My kids also must have been hearing Joe talk last night, but Pandoofus is picking CM Punk to win and Seth to cash in. Leo Wub is also picking CM Punk to win and Seth to cash in. And Octowub is going with Gunther to win.
All right. So that's it for Saturday.
Yes.
Now we're on to Sunday. Normal pay-per-views that aren't WrestleMania and SummerSlam, this video will be much shorter. So now we're on to Sunday. Let me scroll. Is every match on Sunday a championship match? Well, dang. Every match is a championship match.
Did not notice that.
I didn't notice that either. So we're going to start with trash first. Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria. This is a no disqualification match. It also seems like all of the stipulation matches are also on Sunday, other than the Karrion Kross match.
Yes.
So Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria. It's a no DQ match. If Lyra loses, she can't challenge Becky Lynch again for the Intercontinental Championship, the Women's Intercontinental Championship. I'm going to go with Lyra Valkyria. I know we disagree here, but I do think she's a solid wrestler. And I think the Intercontinental Championship is a good belt for her.
Yeah.
I think Lynch will go back to the main title scene. It could be a double flip of some kind. Lynch goes back to a face. Lyra has been showing some heel tendencies lately, so maybe she'll go bad guy. Maybe she'll cheat or something to win. And I can see Lynch going on to face the winner of the Naomi match later in the day, or even Tiffany Stratton. I forget what brand they're on. Not that that matters, but she should go into the main event scene, in my opinion. So I see Lyra winning this match for sure.
No, I think Lyra is a good wrestler. She's young, she's fresh, but her matches aren't filled with botches like some other young wrestlers they're pushing right now.
Jade Cargill.
But she just, something about her bores me. We went to Raw, as you mentioned, on Monday night, and I was looking over the recap on Tuesday morning, and I completely forgot that Lyra Valkyria and Becky Lynch had a segment. So just both of them, I don't like Becky, I don't like Lyra Valkyria, but they both just bore me. Neither of them are bad wrestlers. I don't find them interesting. On that note, though, I do have Becky maintaining over with beating Lyra with some sort of interference from Bayley. Bayley's been involved with these three leading up to this match. There was a bit of a segment on Monday night where she feels disappointed that she was excluded from WrestleMania. Now she's excluded from SummerSlam, and I think she finds a way to put herself into this match.
I forgot about Bayley.
That could, on your note, though, Bayley could interfere and help Lyra, and that could lead to a Lyra heel turn. So that could be there too. But I don't know. I see Becky maintaining but Bayley getting involved somehow.
Yeah, completely forgot about Bayley. I also agree. If I could go back, I would edit my notes here to include Bayley. I do think Bayley will have something to do with it. They've been showing her on there. She's been talking about how she missed WrestleMania and now she's missing SummerSlam, and she's been talking about that actively on live TV. So I can see her doing that. Or, well, hang on, before we hold that, Brooke picked Lyra. Before I lose track of what I'm thinking.
And then look at my notes here. Holly is picking Lyra, but she's saying this is going to be her bathroom break. She's not looking forward to this match either. Pandoofus is picking Lyra. Leo Wub is picking Lyra. And Octowub is picking Becky Lynch.
All right.
Or
now we're back to the or. Let's talk about Naomi versus Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky in a triple threat match for the Women's World Championship, which is held by Naomi currently. Now, again, I didn't think of Bayley at all when I was writing up my notes here. This could be another match that I could see her interfering in.
Yeah, I see that as well.
That was my or. Not that exciting, but that's what I had. My prediction? Naomi wins. She retains. Why? Because Rhea, as we saw, is so incredibly over. The crowd went absolutely apeshit when she came out in Detroit. I don't think she needs it.
No, not right now.
She doesn't need the title, right? She can take the pin and still be one of the most over wrestlers on their entire roster tomorrow, right? Io, I lost my notes. Where are we at? Oh, Io Sky is also over. I think the crowd popped pretty good for her as well. But I'm going to take Naomi because I think it's a better storyline for Io. Her character is kind of like almost not as annoying, but almost like that Sami Zayn character where the underdog, fighting to regain that thing, and at another pay-per-view I can see her winning over whoever the champion, Naomi or whoever it is. They have been talking a lot about how Rhea Ripley has never beaten Io Sky and things like that, so maybe that's going to come down the line. But for this particular match, I do see Naomi holding on to it. Rhea's too over. Io Sky building herself back up is a better story. So I'm going with Naomi.
I agree. This is I think the only times we've agreed. I think Naomi's going to hold on to it. Rhea's over. She doesn't need the championship. And if they give it to her, I think next time they give it to her, it's going to be a long run for her. And I don't know that they're ready for that now because she's a beast. So once you put the title on her,
She's too over.
Yeah,
she's
she's
one
so
of the
over.
few wrestlers that's too over.
Yeah. So there's no need to put the belt on her right now. If you put it on her again, you should she's gonna have to hold it for a while. You don't want her to be pinned. So I think Naomi pins Io Sky in this one. And that is a great point by you. I could see them Bailey getting into this match. Now that you mentioned that, I didn't think about it prior, but building something Bailey versus Naomi maybe. Or building Bailey pins Io Sky in this match, and then it builds a one-on-one match for them. Maybe Io beats her down the line, setting up a Rhea Ripley versus Io at next year's WrestleMania for somebody. Rhea's never beat her. This is her chance.
This is the chance, and then she wins there. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. Brooke did pick Rhea Ripley to win. Yeah, I mean that's also it's not a bad choice because I can see with the way WWE does a lot of booking and stuff like that. The popular guy or a girl in this case, they give the title to. I just don't think she needs it.
No,
I don't.
think Naomi's been over it her own way. She got a huge pop at Raw.
I will say, I hated Feel the Glow Naomi. Couldn't stand her. When she came on, fast forward, right? Proceed with caution. Naomi is much better.
Yeah, she's a good heel.
It is much better. I'm not so quick to fast forward now, but yeah. Sorry. Good.
Yeah, I was gonna say she's a good heel. She's a better heel than a face. She's getting huge pops, and again, I don't mind watching her wrestle because she's her matches are usually rather entertaining as well.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Holly went with Rhea Ripley. Pandoofus went with Rhea Ripley. Leo Wub went with Rhea Ripley, and Octowub is following and picking a lot of my picks. He went with Naomi.
He saw your sheet.
He did, but he hasn't watched the episode yet.
He hasn't watched the episode yet.
He's got to watch the episode and then like and subscribe.
That's right. I think that is it for those. We'll move on to your boy.
Who's my boy?
Dominic Mysterio versus AJ Styles for the Intercontinental Championship. I don't think there's a stipulation of this match.
I don't think so.
I could be wrong. No. I don't believe that there is.
Just that Dom's finally medically cleared.
Yeah, Dom is medically cleared now. You're not going to like my prediction. Hang on. Just hear me out.
Okay, I'm listening.
My prediction is I do really like Dominic Mysterio. I do. I know I'm probably one of the people. I've always been on Dom's side. I think he's a fantastic heel. I think he does everything right. And you see him, I watched a video when he, just this past weekend or maybe last weekend, he was at AAA and he came out with he was all hooded up and everything like that. And he was beating up on those guys. And once he took his hood off, the crowd went nuts. The crowd is starting to turn for Dominic Mysterio. It's happening. But in this case, I got to pick AJ Styles. AJ Styles is still, what is he, like 100? How old is this dude?
He looks 112.
The dude,
I don't know how old.
He was 112, but he's juicing up. He's super jacked. He's been sharing his juice with Grayson Waller.
Grayson Waller was jacked on Monday. Caught me off guard.
They're sharing their juices together. And so if AJ Styles isn't going to be in the heavyweight title scene against, with those guys, which I understand why, right? Because you have bigger, more popular guys, then this is a perfect belt for him. He's at the end of his career. Just give him a belt. Just give the guy another belt to run out. Dom he's growing on the crowd. Maybe they do a face turn and he can build himself back up like Io Sky, like we were talking about earlier. AJ Styles is one of the best wrestlers currently on the roster, even at 800 years old. I think I'm older than him, to be honest, but even at his age, he's one of the best wrestlers. I say give him this belt, give him the Intercontinental belt. Let Dom kind of flounder around a little bit and regain him, refine himself. I don't want to say change his gimmicks. I love his Dirty Dom gimmick. I liked his prison gimmick that he had better when they used to bring him out because he was in prison for whatever it was, 15 minutes. I think that was fantastic. But I'm picking AJ Styles. Sorry, I'll stop rambling. Go ahead.
All good. Yeah, I think Dom is one of the best young wrestlers in there. He's paying his dues. He's lost more matches the last couple of years than pretty much anybody on the roster. He's paying his dues.
Besides carrying Cross.
But I think AJ Styles at the point of his career, he's just putting over the younger wrestlers. Similar to what Sheamus has been doing the last year and a half. Sheamus also used to be in the title scene. What was it, 6 months, 9 months ago? He was battling for the Intercontinental Champion.
What are you talking about, though? He's fighting Rusev now.
Yeah, he was fighting for the Intercontinental Champion. I think he fought Sami Zayn or Gunther or whoever a few times. And he's an ex-heavyweight that's putting over the younger crowd. And that's where I see this going. Dom is going to beat AJ Styles, Bob Seger.
Bob Seger, AJ Styles. You got Dom winning, huh?
Yes, sir.
That's fair. I can see it going either way, but I just wanted to go with AJ Styles because I think at the end of his career, let's give him another title. Crowd loves him still. When he came out in Detroit, the crowd popped for him pretty big. So why not give him another title? Maybe Dom should be heavyweight title.
Maybe at WrestleMania, Bob Seger can be the celebrity appearance. They can tag together and win the tag team
Bob
championships.
Seger and AJ Styles. You'll never know. Remember the Killer Bees?
Yes.
You never know. They used to have the mask on,
yes.
and then whenever one was doing something, they would roll out, and the other one would come in. You didn't know who. That could be Bob Seger and AJ Styles.
There you go. I agree.
That just shows holding. All right. Anyway, so yeah, Brooke also picked AJ Styles. I don't know why she didn't tell me, but she picked AJ Styles.
Holly's going with Dominic Mysterio. I think he's her favorite wrestler. She was hoping that he would win the Money in the Bank this year because she thinks he would be the ultimate with the briefcase and teasing all the champions all year long. So she's rooting for Dom in all his matches. Pandoofus is going with Dominic Mysterio. Leo Wubb is going with Dominic Mysterio. And Octowub is also going with Dominic Mysterio. So it's a clean sweep for my family.
All Dom.
Yes.
And me and Brooke chose AJ.
All Dom, all the time.
I do like Dom. Not that Dom's going to watch this video, but if he did, I like you, Dom. I think you're a good dude. So we got 2 left. Well, we got 3 left, really. You want to do this one or this one first?
Top one.
Top one? Solo Sikoa versus Jacob Fatu in a steel cage for the United States Championship. I think this is an easy one. I had no issues picking this one. And my prediction is Jacob Fatu wins. He, besides Braun Breaker, he's the next big thing, right? He's already a big thing, just like Braun Breaker. But I think he's the next superstar in WWE. The crowd loves him. He needs to win this, get his title back, and then get away from the MFT. Just leave them behind. And that, I like Solo Sikoa. I do. I think, especially when he does his comedic stuff and stuff like that, I think that works really well. I think they ruined JT Mateo and Taller Tonga, or whatever the hell his name is. And then the guy who used to be a pirate and have the eye patch, I don't remember his name, but Tongaloa. And then there's, who's the other one?
Is he the one that's injured? Is he the hyena? Who's the hyena?
No, the hyena's cool.
Yeah, I know, but I just remember.
No, hyena hasn't come back yet.
Yeah, no, he's not back yet. Yes.
The pirate guy, Tonga, maybe?
Tonga.
Whatever his name is. I think they need to either repackage Solo Sikoa, give him a new. If he needs to be in a faction, they need to give him people that actually have personality and charisma and things like that people will care about. These guys just don't have it. Maybe Taller Tonga will have it. I don't know. It's cool to see these tall guys, kind of like Omos, who they forgot about and just don't use, even though he was pretty solid. But anyway, my prediction, Jacob Fatu wins. I think he's going to brutalize Solo Sikoa. I think it's going to be probably the blood match, if you have to have one on there, obviously because of the steel cage. I can see him doing one of his goofy flips off the top of the cage and, smashing into Solo Sikoa, possibly botching it and hurting himself. So yeah, I'm going to go on with Jacob Fatu wins and then moves on to program with, again, I think I mentioned this earlier, with Karrion Kross, LA Knight, or did he just have him? Maybe not LA Knight. Maybe he just had one with LA Knight.
They had it for the title, the U.S. title when it came about.
But somebody a little higher tier, or they need to elevate Solo Sikoa to a higher tier. He deserves it.
I'm going a different way with you. I don't think they're done with the bloodline yet. I don't think they're done.
It's not bloodline anymore. It's MFT.
Yeah, no, well, the MF is. I think they're building.
Tree.
I think they're building back toward the bloodline versus the MFTs. Jacob Fatu is, been partnering with Big Jim. I could see possibly leading into Survivor Series and War Games, trying to get the bloodline back together to take on the MFTs. I don't know how it's going to happen in a steel cage, but I see Solo winning this match with the interference of the FFTs, with the numbers. They've got 4 against the 2 with Jacob Fatu and Big Jim. Like Rhea Ripley, you mentioned earlier, Jacob Fatu is over. There's no need to put the belt back on him. I think Solo was over for a while. I think he took some beatdowns, and I think his reputation dipped a little bit. And I think they're changing his personality, trying to he's not the enforcer anymore. He is the goofy guy. He is the goofy leader. And I think they're going to leave the belt on him for a little bit and let that persona build.
No, I think you're wrong.
I could be.
I think you're really. I've agreed with you on most of the other ones, but I'm going to disagree with you on this one. I think there's no way Solo Sikoa wins this match. Jacob Fatu wins easily, handedly, no problem.
If I'm right, you can never challenge me for my belt again.
All right, we're on. Brooke picked Jacob Fatu as well. No real reason. Just picked him.
Yeah. Holly picked Jacob Fatu. Pandufus picked Jacob Fatu. Leo Wub picked Jacob Fatu. And Octowub, again, matching his dad's predictions, picked Solo Sikoa.
I do have a note here on my notes.
Alrighty.
That Brooke also has chosen Mr. Iguana to win any of these matches. Mr. Iguana apparently can win them. So we'll move on.
Alrighty.
To another one of the matches that I had a hard time picking, which is the Wyatt Six versus Street Profits versus Motor City Machine Guns versus DIY versus Fraxium, and then versus Andrade and Rey Fenix in a table, ladders, and chair match. So when I was going through this, I kind of wrote down the way I was thinking here. Motor City Machine Guns, they have no chance. No, they're not going to win, even though they're from the Motor City. Apparently, I don't know if they really are, but DIY, I do really like Tommaso Ciampa.
Yeah,
I liked him better with the beard, but I do like Tommaso Ciampa, but they're not winning this match. Street Profits, I've never liked them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm not a Street Profits fan. I think they're super talented and super great and all that. They need to split them and let them be single stars. I think as a tag team, I think they're kind of done, right? Fraxium, I think, is super talented, again. But no one really knows who they are yet. Which some could say, I think it's a good time to put a title on them, right? So then everyone knows who they are, but I don't think this is it. I think they're crazy good. I think they do all the crazy flips and stuff, but it's not time yet. So between the other two, we have the Wyatt Six, and then you have Andrade and Rey Fenix, who they've been pushing pretty hard.
Yes.
I am going to go with the Wyatt Six to retain. I think Andrade finding a place with Rey Fenix, because when he came back, I've always thought Andrade was super good and super skilled and talented and everything. All of his matches were generally pretty good, but no one could ever really get behind him, right? He was kind of boring in that way. Now he's with Rey Fenix, who is Penta's brother, who they should be together like they were in AEW, but I know they're pushing Penta separately, but Andrade and Rey Fenix are a great tag team. I think they're super good. They have a lot of good chemistry and stuff. But if you look at all the things that the Wyatts have, right? They have the Halloween Horror Nights thing coming up, which I know we mentioned earlier to each other, not offline. They have the new Halloween Horror Nights coming up. They just started pushing the Wyatts, which they should have already done if they were going to do anything with them at all. So I think the Wyatts win this match. I don't know how they're going to win this match. I guess that would be the hardest one for me because all of these other groups here, like high flyers, and they do all the flips and stuff like that. The Wyatts aren't really known for that. I think who are they? I'm drawing a blank on their names, but they're both good wrestlers and things like that. But they're just not the kind of flippy guys, if I can think of any other better word, that some of these other dudes are. So I do think the Wyatts are going to win. How they're going to win, I really have no idea. I think they're going to retain, though. That's kind of my thought on that.
I'm going to disagree with you again here. I'm down to the same two teams you are, the Wyatt Six and Andrade and Ray Phoenix. But I think right now the WWE is trying to push the tag teams as up for grabs, and I think they're gonna change hands a lot in the coming months. Trying to push all these teams, trying to make it the championship that's you tune in to watch on SmackDown. So they're going to change a lot, and they're really pushing all these teams. With the Street Profits, that's who I want to pick in my heart. I do like them as a tag team, but I agree they've been around a long time. They're getting old. I think Montez Ford is probably one of the more underrated wrestlers in WWE. I think he would be a great Intercontinental or U.S. title and potentially maybe a heavyweight title, champion one day. But yeah, I don't think they're going to win this match. I think Andrade, they keep pushing on SmackDown that Andrade and Ray Phoenix are on a run. They've got great chemistry together. They've won all their matches. They've never lost. So I think they're going to end up winning the title this week at SummerSlam. And but I can see the Wyatt Six winning it back in a week or two as they try and flip the championship around the division.
So that's what you're going with.
That's what I'm going with. Yep, Andrade and Ray Phoenix.
All right. Well, at least we're down to the same
two.
The same two. Just disagree on the thing. Brooke went ahead and picked Mr. Iguana to win the tag team titles
by himself.
But if he can't win, she did choose the Wyatts to win that match.
Holly's going with DIY. Pandoofus is going with the Wyatt Six maintaining. Leo Love is going with the Wyatt Six. And Octawub, with the one time we differ so far, is going with Wyatt Six as well.
Some of them are right.
Yeah,
some of them are right. So that leaves us, with one match remaining. John Cena versus Cody Rhodes in a street fight, which is also a no DQ match.
DQ, yeah.
Whatever. I don't know why they call them all no holds barred. Yeah. They're all the same. So why don't they just come up with one name? For the undisputed WWE Championship. First off, let me say I don't like that they call this the undisputed WWE Championship and the other one the World Heavyweight Championship, because I feel like it diminishes the other title. If they want them both to be equal, they shouldn't call one the undisputed title.
And I'm curious what WWE's stance on that is, because I think it was John Cena or Cody Rhodes at either last Raw or last SmackDown said this is the number one title in all of pro wrestling, which kind of caught me off guard that they would say that, because I
don't like it. It kind of pushes Gunther down.
Yes,
people don't care about him as much because of that, right? He's the second champion, not the number one champion.
Well, when they introduced the Raw title and Seth Rollins won it, like his whole goal was to elevate it to the height of the Roman Reigns champion. And in his mind, he was as good as Roman Reigns with the undisputed heavyweight champion, or the Universal Champion, whatever they're calling it. But he was the working man's. He was going to be there every Monday night. So he was trying to elevate it higher than the SmackDown title. So
I don't know why they don't just call it the Raw Heavyweight Championship and the SmackDown Heavyweight Championship rather than this undisputed thing. Is I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't work for WWE, so I guess I can't change it. But if anyone's watching,
give us your opinion.
Change that title. Anyway, John Cena or Cody Rhodes, street fight, undisputed WWE Championship. My prediction. Cody Rhodes wins. I have Cody Rhodes winning it. But, and I have seen this online a few times, so this isn't a hot take. from me or anything like that. But I do think going all the way back to was it Elimination Chamber. When was The Rock?
The Elimination Chamber. Yeah.
I do think they're going to revisit this Cody sold his soul thing. I see Cody going full Homelander and just flipping completely 180, going full heel. Sold his soul to The Rock. Maybe The Rock shows up. I doubt it, but maybe. And by doing that, he becomes the number one heel in WWE. And at the same time, John Cena starts going back up to being a face again. Maybe not yet, but slowly. I see maybe Cody Rhodes cheats, however he cheats, or whatever it is. And then John Cena starts going back into a face because there is no way they're going to let John Cena retire from the company as a heel. I don't care what he says or what anyone else says. He is not going to leave and retire as a heel. The crowd loves to cheer for him too much. So my prediction is Cody. I was trying. Is Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes wins. Full bad guy. Sold his soul to The Rock. Completely cheats to win. Wins his title back.
Yeah, this match just has had me confused since they announced it was a street fight. I mean, this match has been coming. We've all known since Cody lost the title at WrestleMania to John Cena that there was going to be a rematch. I just still can't understand why they made it a street fight unless it's story related. They haven't had the animosity back and forth and the fighting and violence that normally leads to these type of street fight matches.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think they're building up to some sort of interference that's going to sway the match one way or another. And I had a really tough time picking. And what I decided on was I think R-Truth / Ryan Killings is going to come out and somehow get involved. And he's going to take out Cody Rhodes and help John Cena win. And where that goes, I don't know. And I could be completely wrong, but I'm just making a prediction. But I'm picking John Cena over Cody Rhodes with the help of Ron Killings or R-Truth or R-Cena or Ron Cena or whatever you want to call him.
Okay. You know, I didn't think about that. It's not bad. it's not bad, but that ain't gonna happen.
No,
probably. I don't think
but
so.
They brought him back.
They brought him back.
He was gonna get cut. They brought him back, and he cut his hair
They
on
brought
TV.
him back to make him because they thought everyone was gonna get behind him. He changed his gimmick. Now he's like a whatever he is, and no one cares anymore. Right? They want goofy R-Truth. They don't want this R-Truth that
Maybe
they have.
this crazy R-Truth is going to come out and destroy Cody Rhodes, and that will
Maybe.
make him the crazy person that he wants to be.
Maybe.
We'll see.
Or maybe that rapper will come back. And I forgot his name already. But maybe that rapper will come back.
He got fired.
He did get fired. He's out of here. Brooke did predict Mr. Iguana to win this match. And if Mr. Iguana is disqualified for any particular reason, she chose John Cena to win this.
Looking at my picks, Holly picked John Cena. Pandoofus picked John Cena. Leo Wub picked John Cena. And Octawub also picked John Cena.
So am I the only... Oh, no. Am I the only one that picked Cody Rhodes?
I think so.
Because I'm the only one that's right.
Yeah, you are the only one that's right.
Alarm for what time?
I don't know. My Amazon Alexa wants to set an alarm.
Alarm for what time?
Stop. Alexa,
Alarm for what time?
what is happening? Alexa, stop.
It's a good cut point anyway.
Quit. All right, there we go. So yeah, that's it. Those are our picks. Now, there could possibly be some more matches added on Friday night. I don't know how they would. That's 6 on each night. There are some pretty major players who are missing from SummerSlam. You got like LA Knight is missing.
Damian Priest.
Jimmy Uso is not on the card. So there are some people who are missing, but those guys aren't really in any major feuds that I can think of.
Right.
So I don't know unless they're going to build a feud up real quick and say, okay, we're going to fight on SummerSlam. I don't know how that's going to work. So if there is, we'll make another quick video, probably just on our phones or something like that, with those predictions as well.
Yeah, we'll plan on doing some shorts, possibly between matches on SmackDown, between matches on SummerSlam, Saturday and Sunday as well.
Yep. So yeah, so there'll be a lot of content coming from us. So make sure that you like, follow, subscribe, all those good things. Our social stuff will be down below. I don't think my guy over here has any social media stuff just yet.
Though I'll be starting some stuff up.
But he's going to go ahead and start a few up for you. But mine will be down below this video, and then his will be down below the next video.
Let us know what you think of our comments below. Put
Yep.
your comments down below. Let us know what you think, and we'll tally everything up at the end.
Yeah. Next episode, we'll have our scoreboard up with how we did. And yeah, let us know what you guys think, who's going to win what. Let us know your predictions. And yeah, until then, until our recap for SummerSlam, which will be...
We'll be hopefully recording Monday afternoon to go up, hopefully sometime Tuesday.
Yeah, Monday or Tuesday, it'll go up. So yeah, until then, we'll see you guys then. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Thank you.